A very good evening. You're watching India Today with me, Nabila Jamal. I'm going to quickly take you through the COVID numbers across the country. We're looking at a surge in COVID cases. Here so far, as of today, the active cases in the country now stand at 2,88,394 cases across the country as of today. We're looking at the death toll now at 1,59,558. This is the death toll in totality across the country. Recovered numbers are promising. We're looking at recovery rate quite high at the numbers at 1,11,07,332. These are the COVID numbers. I'm going to quickly take you through the election updates. But before that, here we're looking at COVID cases in the country on the rise. We've brought you the numbers from the Health Ministry as of today. Now we're looking at the election season fast approaching, where poll-bound states across of India currently are looking at a worrisome trend. As the states fast gets into election mode, we're looking at several campaigns that's being carried out, where on ground we're looking at COVID rules being flouted left, right and centre. Protocols not being followed, several campaign rallies that are being carried out across poll-bound states. We're looking at many of them, the netas and the voters, flouting COVID rules. Now this comes, of course, as fear of a second COVID wave now looming large in the country. Let's take you through this nerve-wracking report.
Zero social distancing at Stalin's massive yatra in Tirupur. Zero social distancing at a rally yatra by EPS elsewhere in Tamil Nadu. Zero social distancing at Mamata's Padyatras in Bengal. Zero social distancing at the BJP president's campaign events in Bengal. And even in Assam, this enormous crowd for BJP leader Himanta Biswa Sarma. No social distancing, hardly any masks, and zero apparent care for a pandemic that has just begun to surge again in India. Take a closer look at these hair-raising images. You can easily tell that arm's length distance, masks, and basic COVID protocols have been thrown to the wind. All this at a time when India is fighting to ensure a second wave doesn't overwhelm the country. With elections in 5 states, the priority is resoundingly crowds over COVID. Doctors and healthcare experts have once again warned against the spectacular letting down of the guard. While the fight for votes is an overpowering draw, experts are still perplexed about how last year's Bihar election crowds with zero distancing and masks didn't lead to a huge explosion of COVID cases. But experts believe that's no excuse. With the teeth of a second wave digging in, and with testing numbers in states like Bengal still uncertain, the room for error and complacency has never been lower. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, as we approach elections, which is just round the corner in 5 poll-bound states, we're looking at COVID norms being flouted left, right and centre like we just showed you. We're going to take you through all those states and the COVID count as of today. Let's start with West Bengal. We're looking at active cases in the state of West Bengal now at 3,297, while the death toll in West Bengal now in totality at 10,301, and recovered numbers on the whole in West Bengal at 5,66,228. Let's now cut across to Assam, poll-bound state, where we're looking at active cases at 1,641. We're looking at the death toll in total in Assam, 1,100. We're looking at the recovered numbers here in Assam at 2,15,183. Going over to Tamil Nadu, hectic campaigning that's underway there as well, where we're looking at active cases now at 6,690. Death toll in Tamil Nadu now at 12,582 in total. We're looking at recovered numbers in total across Tamil Nadu at 8,45,178. Cutting across to Kerala, we're looking at active cases in Kerala at 25,465. We're looking at the death toll in Kerala at 4,467. The total recovered numbers in Kerala at 10,70,343. The Union Territory of Puducherry as well, which is poll-bound, active cases now at 67. Death toll in Puducherry at 674. Recovered numbers in Puducherry at 39,521. All right, I'm going to take you through details as to why this could be a huge risk for India. Poll-bound states where campaigning is on in full swing. We're looking at very little caution that people are taking on ground. This comes amid a second wave scare in India. India is now beginning to look at a possible second wave as per experts. We're looking at unrestricted travel between surge states and poll-bound states. There's no filtering, no restrictions, smooth travel interstate, which is also resulting in a rise. Here's a risk of new strain infiltrating Indian population, which we know has already come in from the United Kingdom. Several new mutated strains have been reported. Now, with this kind of influx, we're worried if these campaigning trails will only worsen the possibility. Possibility of new super spreaders at these events, at these campaign trails is high, considering that it just takes one positive case to trigger the spread across the state, across the country, across the globe. Now, of course, we're looking at a possibility that India's hard work over the last year might just be dampened with some laxities that we're seeing in the poll-bound states. Let me cut across. Anshul Avijit, National Spokesperson of the Congress, joining us. Dr. Ravi Malik, CMD Radix Hospital. Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson of the BJP as well. I'd like to start with Sanju Verma, considering part of the BJP. Sanju, the government here today has done a fabulous job over the year. The pandemic has been largely handled by the BJP government. The spike has been largely contained. While we compare India's progress in compared to other countries, India has done fabulously well. But it doesn't seem like that kind of common sense prevails in poll-bound states. While other parties are also indulging in flouting norms, we're looking at the BJP also flouting norms extensively across poll-bound states.
Nabila, first things first, thank you for acknowledging that the Modi government has done a fabulous job. And, you know, I think just to put things in perspective, the US, with a population of just about 33 crore, has already reported 541,000 deaths. And India, with a population which is 3 times more than that of the US at 1.38 billion, we've contained the number of fatalities at just about 160,000, though of course every life counts. The fact of the matter is, Nabila, that at this stage, the vaccination drive is on on a war footing. We've undertaken the vaccination drive with more than 40 million people already vaccinated. Now, does that mean that we need to get lax? The answer is certainly no, because the Prime Minister has reinforced repeatedly, Dawai bhi, Kadhai bhi, Jaan bhi, Jahan bhi. Having said that, let's not forget that 72% plus of the active COVID cases currently come from just 2 states, Maharashtra and Kerala. One where the Congress, Shiv Sena, NCP alliance is in power, and Kerala where the left is in power. Now, Kerala is one of the states which goes to the polls. It's a single-phase poll on the 6th of April, but I think the Election Commission has already assured people that there's an increase in polling stations by over 90% to ensure that the number of people per polling station, the burden is reduced to less than 1,000, so that COVID protocol and social distancing norms can be maintained and complied with without causing an unnecessary strain.
Measures to ensure that voters particularly, are spread out with that many voting centers. But what we're worried of is that as much as the work that we've done, that you said yourself, and we've acknowledged it, I think the country has acknowledged it, that under Prime Minister Modi's governance, the country has done fairly well in fighting the pandemic. But don't you think it's all going to be upturned with the kind of rallies that's being carried out? And nothing can beat the pompous, very exuberant BJP rallies. And no matter how much that you say, the BJP could have set an example there and maybe made an announcement or come up with virtual rallies, virtual campaigns, and set an example to ensure that COVID cases don't spread. But let me take that to Anshul Avjit, national spokesperson of the Congress as well. Anshul, as much as you've criticized Narendra Modi government for COVID handling, you've constantly belittled the efforts that's been put in place. But we're looking at similar campaigns being carried out, similar gatherings, in fact, y'all are protesting left, right and center against the government, all huddled up, all that kind of ruckus and chaos wherever at most parts of the country, whether it's your government or not. Don't you think you've got to be responsible as an opposition party if you're really pointing fingers at the government?
Nabila, not for an instant do I condone the flouting of rules or the flouting of COVID protocols in election rallies. I mean, whether it's by the Congress party or any other party, especially as you pointed out, we're on the cusp of another kind of wave. Now, my honorable counterpart from the BJP, Sanju Ji, very conveniently forgot to address your basic question, which is what is happening to the violation of these norms in election rallies across the board from every political party. And she rather jumped into this kind of spectacular success that presumably the government has seemed to have had in combating this virus. I mean, I'd just like to contradict that for a minute, because the rollout of the vaccine has been absolutely shambolic at this particular moment in time, and I'll come to the violation of the COVID protocols in a minute, but I must tell you that it has been such a disaster that at the present point in time, less than 0.5% of the people in this country have actually been vaccinated. At this particular rate, I think it will take hundreds of years, perhaps a millennia, before 130 crore people of this country can be vaccinated.
Well, but Anshul,
a
giving
couple of
us
days
the
back,
benefit of doubt, we are much faster than any other developed nation as well.
May I
No. At this moment, the
I'll come to you, Sanju. Hold on.
Is actually one dose.
You
so
made your point. Nabila, may I please come in?
It requires 2 doses for a vaccination to take place.
Sanju, allow Anshul to complete his point. Hang on, just a moment. Anshul, go on.
Yes, Nabila. Yeah, I was coming to the violation of COVID norms. I don't condone that at all. I mean, any party should be holed up for it. Having gone to the Bihar elections and having seen through a COVID phase, I understand how difficult and challenging it is for political parties.
But saying alone does not solve the problem, right? What are you doing to ensure that norms are not flouted, Sanju?
Let me make my point.
Go on, Sanju.
Madam, let me just finish my point, Nabila.
Okay.
Let me just finish my point.
No, Anshul,
I was actually addressing your
Anshul,
question.
you had your say. Let me come in, please. I don't understand, Nabila. Anshul, you had your say. Let me rebut. You can please come in again.
Sure, you please
Give
go
me
on.
a moment. Let me come back to Nabila's question.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Anshul. Nabila, let me make one thing very clear. A, we do not need a certificate from the Congress on how the Modi government has handled COVID. Let me remind the Congress spokesperson and the India Today audience that Antonio Guterres, the United Nations Secretary General, and I'm quoting him, he said, India has played the role of a global healer under the able leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and has built some of the world's most efficient COVID assets. We've given COVID vaccines to more than 70 countries. So we don't need an endorsement from Congress. Point number 2, you raised a very important point about norms being flouted. But now tell me one thing. There is something called a Hobson's choice. Now tell me, Nabila, the Representation of People's Act 1951 clearly says that the Election Commission under Article 326 of the Constitution has to conduct elections to both, the legislative assemblies and the Lok Sabha as and when the time arises, and elections to the state legislative assemblies can only be withheld under the, when there's an emergency, and that too, they can be postponed only for 6 months under grave emergency. So the fact is that, we don't have a choice. We have to go by
Madam, you're not
Article
answering the
326.
question.
We have to
Okay,
go
Why
so
the
back
Prime
Sanju,
to
we're really
Minister's
hoping
rallies
that
are long
the
three
party
flouting
karyakartas
Please,
from the BJP
please
as well
let me finish.
exactly
Let
follow
me
and emulate
finish.
what you're just
Don't get
saying.
excited.
I'm going to hold you on
Let me
there.
finish.
I barely have any time. I'm going to quickly cut across to Dr. Ravi Malik, CMD Radix Hospital, giving us a perspective on what kind of visuals that we see here. It's shocking to say the least. Dr. Ravi, we're looking at netas, voters, party karyakartas all out there, all cutting across party lines who are flouting COVID rules. Here are the state governments implementing fresh curbs. On the other hand, the netas themselves are going ahead with large-scale campaign rallies. What's the kind of threat are we looking at looming large on India right now?
It is a terrible sight seeing people in the rallies flouting the rules of social distancing or hand hygiene or respiratory hygiene. I must tell you, as a apolitical professional, I will base my discussion on the medical facts and datas. You know, in India, in last 24 hours, we have evidenced 41,000 of cases, 188 mortalities, 188 deaths in last 24 hours with 41,000 of the cases. Now, 41,000 mark we have touched after 4 months, in last 4 months. So it means there is an upsurge in the cases of COVID. That is number one. Number two, we are just, you know, the lockdown is looming on our head. Under backdrop of this fact, we should be extremely careful. All the political parties, even the communities at large, should be very, very careful. We cannot again sustain the blow of another economic crisis.
This is a no-brainer that you've got to be careful. But Dr. Ravi, would you say that we can let our guard down now that the vaccination drive is on? Many of them have already got their vaccine jab. Can they be comfortable and get out like they...
Not at all, not at all. I must tell you, vaccination drive is there. We have vaccinated only 4 crores of people till today out of a population of 138 crores. Now, 2-3 facts I will like to tell you. Number one, anybody who is vaccinated also, he is given protection for 70%. 30% he is still vulnerable. He has to wear the mask and he has to take all the precautions. Number two, there is no vaccination for our children. That accounts to almost 30% of the population of our country. Those who are less than 17 years of age, we don't have any vaccination. Our children are still vulnerable. For the welfare and to decrease the mortality in children, we need to take all the precautions.
Absolutely,
it is very
and for that matter, many of them, even post the vaccine, have tested positive of COVID-19.
Against the government, let me come in.
Right, Sanju, I barely have enough time. I barely have enough time. Apologies on that, Sanju. Dr. Ravi, I'm going to wrap up with you. A last word. What's the word of advice would you give to people on ground who are flouting rules?
I would like to say that they should not flout the rules, and we should increase the vaccination drive, and we should relax even the vaccination parameters so that more and more people should get the vaccination.
Is the lockdown a solution, Dr.
Look,
Ravi?
the solution is that we all need... No, it is not a solution at all. It is not desirable, and our country will not be able to take this blow. But lockdown is always a compulsion which can be imposed upon us if we continue like this. It is very important for us to understand that if we continue like this, the way the cases are increasing and people are flouting the rules in community gatherings, it can be very hazardous. It can lead us to avalanche of patients coming to us. It will be a difficult situation. Look, we are already going through an extraordinary type of an unprecedented catastrophe. We need to be extremely careful. Momentum needs to be maintained till we are all vaccinated, till our herd immunity is raised to the level of almost 60 to 70%, which is going to take some time, and we cannot afford to flout any kind of rule.
And
as far as the social distancing and respiratory hygiene is concerned.
Dr. Ravi, thank you very much. Real apologies there, Ms. Sanju. Thank you very much for joining us, though. Thank you, Anshul, for joining us. There you have it. Our COVID numbers are seeing a surge. We're looking at netas and voters throwing caution to the wind. It's quite a tragic situation as the numbers are going up, even of the numbers of deaths as well increasing at this point of time. This is about time that better sense prevail.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.